Hi everybody, WaxFraud here, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Hardcore Minecraft Let's Play series. If I turn around, you guys can see the giant castle that we just finished in the last episode. This is insane. Spent about 2 weeks building this thing. We have some copper golem statues watching over the courtyard that we're about to build today. We used an infinite amount of stone. We have so much prismarine and so much copper that we put in this build. But now we have 4 giant copper golem statues that'll look over Crystal Cove and keep everyone safe down here. A few things on today's list though. The most important is getting this courtyard done. We're going to put a fountain probably in the middle, get some flowers everywhere, and some nice pathways for these copper golems to be roaming around in. There's a few of them down here. They're not even rendered in yet. There they are. We have a lot of these guys, and the 2 resident donkeys that you guys helped name in the comment section of the last video. There were a lot of good name suggestions. However, my 2 favorites were Shrek right here, and then if we go over here, this donkey is going to be named Fiona. Shrek and Fiona, the 2 resident donkeys in the Copper Golem Castle. I did find it hilarious how in the comment section you guys pointed out that the eyes and the drawbridge gate make this castle look like it has a face. It's kind of funny. You can see it a little better if we fly out this way. Yeah, it definitely has a face. But I'm glad we got this castle done. We have WaxFraud over here, and you guys helped me name this castle, and I think we're going to call it Copper Landing. I'm going to keep the Game of Thrones theme going with all of the names of my castles in this world, so we got WaxFraud, Copper Landing, and who knows what's next. Maybe the Polar Bear Sanctuary will end up being some sort of ice castle. But besides the courtyard we're working on today, I also need to get the interior done. We have this tower. If we fly over here, we have the middle tower and the other tower on to the left side. These are enormous. There's a lot of space, a lot of potential. The vast emptiness needs to be filled, and I believe I have an idea. It was mentioned in the comment section, and by the way, thank you guys for all the comments on the videos. You guys give me so many ideas for these next videos, and I think I'm going to put a mud farm right here because I need to make a bunch of mud bricks for this courtyard down here. On the other side, I could put a villager crop farm to get myself a bunch of automatic wheat. That way we don't have to farm it all manually anymore, and we can have as many mud bricks as we possibly want. I will get to building, but we have a few things to attend to first, just a couple shenanigans to take care of. If I fly back into Crystal Cove, look at this. We have a problem. There's a bunch of iron golems that are spawning, and it's because of these guys. All of the villagers, I was wondering where they were at, but for some reason, they're all just stuck on this roof right here. So I'm going to jump over. I'm going to push you down. Oh, wait, nope. He pushed me down. Let's try this again. Hold on. Let's get rid of this. Boom. You're out. And let's go this way. Okay, I'm going to push you right there. And then I'm going to push you. Wait, hold on, buddy. You're gonna get pushed right down there. Perfect. And hold on, just one at a time. All right, get down there. Boom. I think this guy's stuck in the globe area. There you go. Okay, let's get you off. And wait, you're done. And this guy as well. And that's all of them. I don't even know why these guys were stuck. They could easily walk right up here and then just walk right back onto the path. I don't know what any of them are thinking. But these iron golems, these guys are definitely stuck. So here's what we could do. We could take this out, and now they can hop out. What I'll do is just take all of these stone bricks out, and we'll turn them into slabs. At least we can just do that on every other block so that they don't get stuck anymore. And here's something that's kind of ridiculous. What are you guys doing back here? How did you get stuck? I can't believe it. All right, get out of there. There's 1, 2, 3 of them that were stuck. There's one more place where villagers keep getting stuck, and it's right here. I don't know why they do that. All right, so I'm going to leave that slab out of there for now so that they don't do that anymore. And you know what I'll do? Let's put the slab right here so they can just hop out if they hop in. These villagers are just helpless sometimes. But Crystal Cove is going to feel a lot more lively now that there are iron golems walking around everywhere. And these villagers, just please stop getting stuck. There's so many of them now. Oh, man. I did not realize how many were here. They have been breeding like crazy. So here's the other issue that I had that I ran into in the last episode. My ender chest, you can see all of my shulker boxes. I am running low. I only have about 10, maybe a dozen of them, because I do have a few up here at my base of operations where I left all of my loot after landscaping for the castle. We do have a bunch of cobblestone right now. This is pretty nice. But the shulker boxes, we are running low, and this is pretty much all the mud that I have, which is why we need that mud farm. So to take care of this problem today, I am going to the end for the first time in a while, and I'm going to go end city raiding. I know I should probably make a shulker farm pretty soon, but for now, I haven't been end raiding in a while, so I think that's just something that sounds kind of fun. In the last 2 episodes, I happened to pop a few totems, so I'm gonna bring an extra totem with me today just in case. Well, here goes nothing. I'm gonna leave this castle for the first time in 2 weeks. I've grown very attached to this place, but it's time to go to the end. Kinda nice we get to fly over our custom farm for all the new cows and all the new pigs, but we don't have time to visit with you guys. I'm sorry about that. I gotta go. Also, I'm still planning on redesigning this village right here. This will be a custom farming village. If I remember right, it's in the savannah over here by the village up on this mountain. And yep, here's some torches. Here is the hole that I dug. Nice. Okay, perfect. Eventually, I will be redesigning the end portal as well. I got a lot of plans for this world, but first we gotta take care of the courtyard. I haven't been down here in a while. Oh man, okay, yeah, wow, I forgot I already got a bunch of stone from down here. This place is ready to be redesigned. Here is the portal, and you know what? Here goes nothing. Let's jump in. Okay. Oh man, the end. It just makes me a little nervous. I've popped 2 totems recently, and I don't want to pop any more. All the Endermen are here to greet me, and I haven't been back here since the egg disappeared on me. Do you guys remember that? In episode 5, the egg left me forever. It went through the portal. I went to get Elytra instead of going after the egg, and we lost it forever. Now it's officially impossible for me to get all of the achievements in this game. I really wish I would have gone after that egg. But here's the edge. Oh man, that's crazy. All right, well, oh wait, did I just look at an Enderman? Not good. I gotta be careful. Let's fly out. It's nice coming back here with Elytra because you can just skip back over to the islands. Oh my, no way. Did I already find this one, or is this a new one? Because that's crazy lucky. Hold on a second. If there are shulkers up here, then wow, that is so lucky. Well, see ya, buddy. That is insane. Also, what I would like to do is come back to these end cities eventually so that I can get all of the resources that are in here. I would like to take down the purple blocks so that I can use... Oh, we got one right here. Please don't hit me. See ya. Thanks for the shulker box. Oh, boy. But I want to get all of the resources, like the purple blocks and the end stone. It's just kind of nice to come back here for purple blocks instead of having to craft it yourself. We already have 2 shulker shells, though. Let's hop down here. We got a couple in this tower. Actually, it looks like there's one back here. I didn't even see this guy. They're going crazy. Stop that. They're going crazy. Stop that. Stop. There's like 1, 2. How many are in here? Okay, that is absolutely insane. I'm just gonna go over here, get this loot. Hold on. Sorry. Thank you. Thank you. I just keep getting hit by these things. All right, hold on. Wait, stop. Stop. Okay, you're going down. I wonder how many we're gonna be able to end up with today. You know what? Let's just go in. Let's get some of this loot. What do we got right here? Okay, some gold. Oh, man. Oh, this is gonna be nuts. All right, let's hop over. We got 1 guy at the tippy top. It only just takes 1 at a time. All right, are you upside down? I'm just gonna look over the edge. He's open. You're done. Hold on. See ya, and see ya, and... Okay, wait. They're hitting me. I can just jump down real quick. There's a shulker box on this guy. Got you. Hold on. Wait. Got you. Ouch. Ouch. I wonder if they updated the end sounds recently, because I just keep hearing some giant drum sounds that sound pretty cool, pretty ominous. Get out, thank you. Let's jump down. Get out, thank you. They're just gonna keep on smacking me. You're done, and you're done, and you're done. Oh, he blocked it. Okay, hold on. It is kind of wild how much damage these guys do. I don't need to get all of the end rods like I normally would at the beginning of the series. I've just been crafting end rods on end rods. 16 shulker shells so far, though. Not too bad. Let's jump down a little further. I hear you, buddy. I see ya, and you're going down. I know there's more in here. Okay, well, you smacked me. I'm gonna smack you. See you later, buddy. Thank you for the show. Got some more loot right here. Oh, nice. The Spire armor trim. I haven't got that yet. What I'm going to do is just take these extra ender chests too. I kind of want them, so I'm going to take them. Sounds like there's a guy right above me, and yes, he's right here. Go. Okay, well, he's gone. I told him to go, and he listened, but where did he go? I think he just went right in here. It sounds like he did. Yep, there he is. No more hitting me, buddy. You are out of here. Once I get up this maze of a building, you are gonzo. Hold on. See you later. 18 shulker shells from 1 little city. Not too bad. Let's see if I can get some more. Looks like there's one guy at the top right here, and I know that there's two on the bottom. Yep, there you are, buddy. You are going down. I see you. Did his shulker shell just drop all the way to the bottom? It did. There it is. Wait, I hear more of them? Oh, they're right here. Oh, these are the guys at the bottom. I didn't realize I was so close to the bottom. Wow, 22 shulker shells from one little city? Not too bad. I wonder if we can get some extra elytra, too. I actually only have one elytra. But first, we have some more... Nice. Some more loot that I did not take. I'll take all of the horse armor that I can get. Horse armor, to me, for some reason, is just really valuable. I like collecting as much as I can. By the way, I'm loving exploring this right now. The end looks absolutely gorgeous with the Complementary Unbound Shaders. Looks like we have another end city. Is this the smallest end city possible? What is this? I have never seen one this tiny. That is wild. You're going down, bud. Sorry. I feel like there's only going to be like 3 shulkers total in this building. What is going on here? That was actually the smallest I've ever seen. And there was only 3 shulkers. That is wild. All right, buddy. Give me the shell. Oh, never mind. He's gone. Never mind. I found him. See ya. Okay, that's crazy. Let's move on. I can't believe how fast we just did that. Oh, there's another one. This is tiny. That is wild. Oh, wait, never mind. I see an end city ship. That means more elytra and more shulkers. Let's get this guy real quick. Nope, don't be doing what you're doing. I'm tired of that, and he's gone. Or anybody gets to... Oh my god, he's right here. Hold... Whoa, whoa, whoa. Stop doing what you're doing. Before anybody else gets to me, though, I'm gonna get this dragon head. Come on, thank you. I just used my only dragon head for some decoration on the pirate ship, and now I have a couple... Whoa, he's in here. Hold on, get out. So, is this one... You are done. Did he just take out the elytra? He tried to despawn it. That is not gonna fly. I'm gonna fly, though. What loot do we got? Plenty of loot. I love this. This is amazing. Get the elytra in. It's awesome having a backup. And, ooh, alright. Early game, this is all amazing. I'm still just amazed by all the loot that you can get here. I'm even going to take these chests because I can just craft a shulker box right here, right now with them. Actually, I can craft 2 right here, right now. I should just be doing this the entire time. I think I'm going to do a lot of this End City raiding on stream. That actually sounds kind of fun. You can join on YouTube. We do a lot of streaming on YouTube now, and we also stream on Twitch every single day. So if you want to join, it is twitch.tv/WaxFraud. Feel free to join anytime. It's awesome having new people roll in and say what's up. I think with the amount of shulkers that we're finding today, we might not even have to get a shulker farm going, but the shulker farm is going to happen eventually still, because I do want to do at least one of every build in this world. Hold up. I need to eat... Wow, that was... I gotta pay attention. Alright, hold on a second. Let's get you... Oh, man, they are going crazy right now. These guys are wild and... Whoa, nope. Man, I'm having a blast right now. I always love going to do this. Begone, shulker. Begone! I know there's one at the top of the tower here, like Rapunzel. Get out of here, Rapunzel. Come on, what are you doing? Let's get a couple more of these guys. I have almost 3 stacks, plus I have made a few shulkers since I've been here. I was on stream for about maybe 4 hours just raiding some end cities, and it showed me that I kind of really do need a shulker farm if I want to do this again. This does take a while to get 3 stacks of shulkers. But I'm going to take this loot, that's mine, and this loot. Look at that, the copper horse armor. Oh, that's awesome. I'm going to head down here real quick. You're done. You're out of here, buddy. I'm coming down. Hello. Whoa, there are guys everywhere in here. I think I just saw some shulkers kill another shulker with these little homing bullets. That's kind of wild. I believe there's one more spot to get the elytra from. I already have 2 elytra on me. I did get 1 on stream, and now I'm about to get my 3rd right here. Buddy, sorry about this. See ya. Let's put the horse armor back. I have some chests to put back. Okay, perfect. Almost 3 stacks of shulker shells. I did make a couple more shulkers, so we definitely got more than 3 stacks. Oh, I'll take these with me, too. Put these back in here. Wait, yep, there it is. But look at all the purple blocks we got. We took down a couple of those smaller cities, got some endstone, and as many purple blocks as I could really ask for. And I'm about to make a purple fountain, I think, in this episode. I mean, why not? We have an overabundance now, and check out all the armor and tools we picked up, too. We went away with a lot of loot. This is pretty nice. Last thing I gotta do is take this little dragon head right here. You are mine. Okay, no, don't be gone. Hold on. Barely saved, I think. Yes, okay, right here. Whew, that was lucky. Fly back real quick. We're not too far from the end portal itself. I don't need to find one of the mini ones. I'm just gonna fly back to 0-0. See you later, End City. Appreciate you for all the loot. Not gonna lie, it never gets any easier flying through this open void. It's always a little bit nerve-wracking. The last thing I want is to lose the world by falling into the void. That would just be tragic. I think I see the main island coming up. There it is. Perfect. All right, we are almost home. The rays in the background are just so magical looking. Eventually, I would like to beat the dragon, though. We're going to be back here soon enough to beat the dragon again. Probably 19 more times so I can get all 20 portals around. But we are here. Let's go back home. Oh, no way. It just took me right back to my starter house. Let's go. That's awesome. Didn't realize that this was the last bed that I slept in. That was extremely convenient. First things first, before I get to building some interiors, I'm going to head back to the auto storage system to get all this end stone back and the purple blocks back. I'll probably take a shulker box or two back with me so I can use it to decorate the fountains and the floor around the fountain, but I just realized right now when you hold the dragon's head, it just looks like a glove on your hand. That is kind of wild. Also, it takes up so much of the screen. We have a few things to get put back at the starter house. First things first, we have the spire armor trim to get back. Look at all the colors that we have in here now. Also, you may already notice in my inventory, look at what we got. The Hyper Potions Lava Chicken Disc. On stream, I did kill a chicken jockey, and so now we have another disc to add to the shelves over here. Alright, the collection is growing. We've got a lot of shulker boxes that we've made here, and I have plenty of dyes right here to be able to turn them into any color I want, so I think it is only right that we get a wide array of colors. I don't think I'm using any light gray or even gray dyes for any of the shulker boxes, and this would be nice to be able to sort my stone. Honestly, I still think one of the coolest parts of the new update are all these dyes and how they look. It's just the texture on all these is amazing. Now, if these are going to be truly backup elytras, what I need to do is go buy some mending books and some Unbreaking 3 books. Let's fly to the library real quick and get everything we need. I might have some of them already made. Let's see. Oh, this is looking like a good book right here. Density 4, Looting, Aqua Affinity. There's one Unbreaking 3, and I already have some books here with me, but oh wait, here's some more. 2 Unbreaking 3s, there's a mending, another Unbreaking 3, a mending, a Unbreaking 3 again. And there we are, another 6 points, but so worth it. Now we don't have to take any walks of shame when our elytra breaks on stream. And you know what? While we're here, let's get some shears with Unbreaking 3 and Mending. We're gonna get our shield. We'll put Unbreaking 3 and Mending on that, and a flint and steel. Let's get Unbreaking and Mending on it. Why not just enchant everything? Then we can put it all back in the black shulker box, our little handy-dandy notebook here. I see a lot of people in the comment section saying justice for Mendington, but I couldn't disagree more. One quick thing I'm excited about is now that I have a bunch of shulker boxes, I can take all of my golden carrots and just keep them in a yellow shulker box with me at all times, so I don't have to keep running back here for more food. Should have done this a long time ago. Now, if I want to get the interior started on the castle, I'm heading to the copper factory first, where all of this stuff is oxidizing. I'm going to head to the basement and get myself some copper trap doors. We still have a load of copper smelting, so we can come back and make as many trapdoors as we want. For this build today, I'm going to want to wax all the trapdoors, so I'm heading to the beehives real quick. Let's get these guys waxed. There it is in all its glory. We have copper landing and the interior is ready to be built in. Starting over on the left side, I feel like I'm going to make the right side pretty much identical to this tower, and the middle might be a good mix of both of them, but I'm going to be using some sandstone stairs to get myself up to the top of this tower, and I don't know for the railing. I might use acacia trapdoor, and I might use waxed copper trapdoors. They both look awesome. We could use a mixture of both of them, too. Instead of stairs under, we are going to do full sandstone blocks underneath. Then once we get to the corners, we will be making platforms like this that go back into the corner, and I'm thinking about doing bubble columns back here so we don't have to use the stairs, we can just swim straight up to the top. We will creep around all of the frog lights. I'm not taking them out, we're just gonna have to work with them in the middle of the stairs. Another platform right here. We're gonna have to figure out how to get these lit up. Yep, we definitely need to light these up. There are plenty of mobs already spawning. I think this is most easily done with the same type of lighting as we have on the floor. Let's get tough brick walls into warped fences into some end rods right here. In the corner, I'm going to do the exact same thing. Wait, hold on. I hear a skeleton. Ouch, where'd he come? Oh, okay, but, well, you're dead now. How did that guy even see me? I was back in the corner. When we reach the top, we're going to have to break open through the roof. Let's get some of the frog lights and the stone out of the way. We can move these iron trap doors, actually. We'll take this out, take this guy and that guy, move you, and then we'll go 1, 2, 3. Finish putting the staircase in right here, and one... you know what? Maybe we can take this guy out and leave him open for a sandstone block. You're gonna have to get out of here, buddy. See ya. Not too bad. The spiral looks pretty cool, but under the stairs, we need a little bit more structure. Let's get some stairs on each of these sides, all the way up to the top. And guess who's helping us today with the tower? Because I cannot reach most of these stairs. Roger. He's back in action. If you guys haven't met Roger yet, he has been extremely helpful with building this tower and a bunch of other projects so far, so he's going to be doing pretty good work on the interior. These guys definitely help the process move a lot smoother and a lot faster. If I can get him to angle right, there we go, and we're moving up. Sometimes you do have to hop off the gas when you're in a corner or up against another type of structure, but for the most part, it's super convenient. While we are floating around with Roger, I feel like we can get some hanging lights here as well. Let's get the tough brick walls into the warped fence into the lightning rods. These are going to oxidize alongside the copper chains, and we'll get some end rods hanging here. While we're still using Roger, I think it would be nice to get some nether bricks for a little bit of extra color down this center column. It's starting to look like the rainbow in here. We have orange, yellow, green, blue, now we even have red. Spiral is looking pretty sweet right about now. I do want to get the bubble column set up though. So in the corners, I'm going to get a fast travel to the ceiling. Cover these up with some oak leaves and perfect. All right, so let's get this down, head down. I think we're going to beat the water. Actually, wait, this water's moving quickly. Nope, I beat the water. As soon as it falls, there it is. Okay, so I'll break this guy, replace it with the soul sand, move up with the kelp. Head down real quick to break it, and it should just shoot us straight to the top. And by the way, I hear it raining outside. It is always raining. Why is it always raining? Put some signs on the wall so the water doesn't flow out to the center, and we will put the fence right here so the water doesn't flow out to this extra block where the torch is. And now that the torch is gone, we do need some more light. So I'll take you out, and you out, and we'll replace you with frog lights. While I still have the leaves on me, I'm going to take every single stair that's connected to the prismarine or the copper, and I'm just going to replace it with some oak leaves. I feel like this would just make the build pop a lot more. Also adding to the rainbow color. We already have red, orange, yellow. Time to add a little bit of green next to this blue. The copper orange is about to oxidize into blue though, so we could add some more permanent orange along the side, and I think acacia trapdoors for the stair railings are going to be perfect. Now, using the bamboo, we could add a little bit more yellow. I'm going to connect the frog lights down to the floor, all the way up to the ceiling, so that it looks like it is more connected to the build. And around the frog lights themselves, I'm going to add in some bamboo trapdoors to cover up some of this light, because it is pretty bright. For some of these that are higher up, I am going to have to use Roger. Appreciate all of his help. The outside has a lot of detailing, and so I figured, you know what, the inside could use some as well. Also, for this line of frog light that was providing light to the roof, I feel like we should just get this covered up as well to keep it consistent. I am gonna make myself dizzy with this spiral right here. Roger, you are in the way of this work of art. Okay, so we have a lot of work to do on the ceiling. It is a little bit dark up there, and we have pretty much every color added except for purple. So I brought some of the purple with me that we got in the end. Roger's gonna help me rise to the tippy top, and I think I'm gonna work on a circular chandelier that will just drop down maybe about 10-15 blocks. It's not gonna be too large, but at least we won't have an empty ceiling. We have the center block picked out. Let's go out about 1, 2, 3, 4 in each direction. We're gonna work on a small circle here, going out 3 into 2, back into 2, into the other side. So far, so good. Let's start bringing this thing down a little bit. Connect the corners up to the center block as well. It actually might look nice if we bring this down 3 blocks, bring this down 2 blocks, bring that one down 1. Okay, nice, we're getting somewhere. Unfortunately, we don't have any purple walls to work with. No purple walls in this game whatsoever, unfortunately. But we can start to work our way down with some of the end rods. I'm going to use chains first. When we're looking straight up at this, I feel like it'll look okay, but I hope it looks good from the staircase. We'll just have to see when it's done. And no way is it raining again. Are you serious? What is going on? Let's jump down here real quick, and okay, nice. We have a purple ceiling, and that added quite a bit. It would be nice if the Enderman stopped trying to decorate in my house. Thank you, sir. Please stop that. A couple things I want to take care of on the bottom. Let's get some copper chests. Do I have any honeycombs with me? I do. Perfect. Okay, let's get this waxed real fast. This Enderman needs to leave. I keep almost looking at him. He's just got to get out of here. Move into the center tower. This was a little taller, so I did a little bit of a different design, and it's pretty cool so far. It looks a lot like Hogwarts in here. But I'm going to do the same thing. I'm getting the acacia for the railing on the stone stairs that lead to the balcony that looks down at the courtyard. I decided to build a balcony that goes all the way around for the first level because we have the initial staircase down there. I could only build the sandstone on this one side, but for the rest of the way up, it goes all along the side and into the middle, back along the side, all the way up to the top. I just have a little bit more acacia railing to set up here. I've never built a staircase like this where it just completely goes to the center, kind of with nothing holding it up. It's almost like it's all being held up by what's attached to the wall. Roger's enjoying himself in here. He's having a good time all the way up at the ceiling. Now we just gotta flip all of these back up. We just used almost 11 stacks of acacia trapdoors just for railings in this middle tower. Now a very similar thing I was doing to the other tower. I'm gonna get some copper chests on the way up, get that waxed. In the corner of the staircases, I'm gonna get a crafting table with some warped roots and a flower pot. And then we just gotta continue that all the way up the staircase. And at the top next to the bubble elevators, I'm just going to put some flower pots on the ground, give it a little bit more color as we enter up here. This tower is enormous, and I love how we can just break through right here and have a solid entrance up to the roof. One thing I did forget, though, was to cover up these frog lights right there, and okay, now we are good. This build is an absolute labyrinth all the way down, and I think I'm going to do the mud farm in the center and 2 crop farms on the side just to even everything out. Keep it symmetrical. I'm going to use Roger real quick to get some hanging lights. I think that's going to be the last little bit of detail. Just going to go to the center block right here. Actually, it might be kind of fun to use 5. There we go. Then I can use a warped fence. Then we'll do a lightning rod into a copper chain into an end rod. Then we're going to dip down below and do the exact same thing on this other staircase, and I can't really think of anywhere else I want to hang any more lights. Maybe on this wall right here, because the torch was lighting it up, and now we can just use that, and okay, that's nice. Back here, I'm just going to have this one coming up from the floor, and boom, no more torches. Except for in the middle, but it will be lit up by some more frog lights, and as soon as the farm comes in, it'll look more complete, but wow, this place is insane. You know what, just to top it all off, I'm going to get a brick stair, let's get a copper chest, and a honeycomb to wax it. Perfect. That pretty much ties the whole build together. I could just do this as well down here. It's so loud. The colors are all so loud, but I kind of like having just the rainbow in here. We're using every single color, and usually I wouldn't do that, but for some reason I just don't hate it. It seems like we also made a little bat sanctuary. There's bats spawning all over this build. Alright, I have brought my purple blocks with me to match the ceiling so we can make our first little crop farm, and I believe this is the center block right here, so I'm just going to walk out about 5 in each direction. I'm going to start out with some pearlescent frog lights to go ahead and make the base. That way the floor is lit up and we don't have to use torches anymore. Next, I'm using glass so that I can see into the farm. Got to make sure this villager that's about to be in here is doing his work. And on the next layer, the purple pillars are coming in so we can have some extra purple color. The same layer as the frog light is all going to be dirt, but if I want the hopper minecart system down below, I'm going to have to remove this layer of stone and andesite. I'm going to bring Roger over here with me real quick so I can build under the farm. The days at which we need to pillar up and build under are absolutely gone. Thank you to the happy ghasts. Then we can close this up. Now we are ready for the system. I left 1 extra layer of dirt right here so that I have a place to direct these hoppers. So I'm going to break this guy in the corner. Then the hopper is going to be able to face this way. Then all the hoppers that are under the frog lights are going to be facing towards the center. Then I'm gonna run a power system made out of redstone blocks that infinitely power... Oh, you're gonna have to move there, Roger, but this is gonna infinitely power the rail that moves on forever. I'm pretty sure this redstone block will lock this one hopper right here, but the rest of them will collect. Now we just gotta see if this thing will move forever, and I'm pretty sure it will. Get to the back corner and move in back. All right, perfect. Now I just need to get out of the way and place some dirt next to these frog lights. Now to get some water in here, I'm going to place a bamboo trapdoor. I'm going to place the water right there, and it should not be falling through. Okay, perfect. I'm going to do the exact same thing right here and in the... Oh, geez, that's wrong. Nope, don't break the... Okay, perfect. Never mind. We'll do that, and then we can go to the corner and do the same thing. Then I'm going to work in some more trapdoors so the villager doesn't walk into the water. Then in the middle, we're going to get a composter to make a farmer villager with a slab on top so this guy can't jump up and break the crops around him. Now it's time to turn all this into farmland. It should all be hydrated. Then we can get all of the seeds ready for when the farmer gets dropped in here. Hopefully this guy's ready to work for the rest of his life. Now I need to get the rail system up here so I can get a villager in the farm before I close it up, and I think I saw 2 villagers all the way down here that are stuck on these campfires. Since they're not doing anything, they're not going to take any jobs, I feel like, you know what, let's just turn them into some farmers. And wait, what is this? Is there an iron golem stuck under the water? Oh man, they just sink too. They just live their lives under the sea once they get down here. But let's build all the way up. We got ourselves a little bit of a hike here. Pretty much just going from sea level all the way to Y level 150, so this is just straight up. No way, am I seeing this right? Is that a copper golem? What is a copper golem doing all the way? He must have escaped, tried to run out here. Why did he do that? Hold on, you gotta go real quick. I can't believe this guy ran all the way outside. I wonder if any more ran away. Oh man, baby zombies, and they got pumpkins on their heads. Oh, that's actually, I forgot it's Halloween time when I'm recording right now. I completely forgot that during Halloween the pumpkins end up on their faces. These guys are pretty cute as pumpkin heads, let me tell you. Get the powered rail set up. Gotta get all the redstone in for some power. Now we just gotta get this guy in. No, wait, buddy, no. Well, I should have thought about that. Let's just keep it moving straight now and pick them up from the town. Wrap the redstone around a little bit to get them powered onto this original ramp. These guys are gonna have to lose their jobs. All right, you know what? See you later, buddy. You are going in. You're gonna be a farmer. I think he's able to keep his speed and... Okay, perfect. He is. You are heading in, buddy. Have a good time in here. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna push him in a little bit further. Oh, no way! No way! How does that even happen? Okay, let's try this again. I have this guy completely filled up with seeds in his inventory. He should be good to go. No wheat being able to be collected. And boom. Get in there, buddy. You're a farmer now. And there he is. Great job, you little farmer. I did just notice that the Enderman is doing more decorating. Please stop that. I want to do a little bit of decoration around the side. Let's get some crimson trapdoors up against the frog lights so we don't have to stare into the brightness. And up top, I'm going to add some stairs just so that it feels a little bit more closed in. Checking on the villager on the other side. He looks like he's doing all right. He is a farmer, and we already have almost 2 stacks of wheat. Let's go. Now that's exciting stuff because on stream recently, I built a brand new little mud farm, and it's kind of funny because this area in the center tower is enormous. This place is huge, looks like Hogwarts, and it goes so many blocks into the sky, and now we just have a tiny little farm all the way at the bottom. I have an anvil with me right now for this type of situation. We have an iron shovel, and I'm going to put a Mending and Unbreaking 3 book on it. We cannot use a diamond or a netherite shovel because it would be too much for the farm. But now we can head back over to the farm. Nothing's going to be able to get me inside because I have a small enclosure, and then we can take a little bit of dirt from here. Put the dirt in your offhand, slap some right there, and boom, we are good to go. I do enjoy collecting mud in the lake next to my starter house. However, now that we need a bunch of mud for this build, it was about time we get an automatic farm going. But after about a minute, you got yourself a couple stacks of mud. Not too bad, and I can always just place this guy right here for next time. Gotta get the totem back in just in case, put the dirt back, and we have a farm. The Enderman is out here decorating as well. You gotta stop, dude. They're doing it on the side of the castle as well. Stop doing that. Hopping on Roger real quick, we are about to build in the courtyard. However, I would like to get a little bit of a design on this wall. The bottom drops right there. I'm gonna look over. I think I'll just drop down 1 block. I don't have the beacon here anymore, so this will take me a couple minutes, but let's go ahead and take all this out, and I'm inside. It would be cool if I knew how to jump. Let's go ahead and start mining. I'm thinking it would make sense to bring this wall about 20 blocks down. We're gonna make this a big shape. I took out the other side so that we can do the exact same thing on the outside as we're doing on the inside of the wall, but I think I'm gonna bring this down about 4 blocks on the side. We're gonna start making an arch. This is gonna have a nice elliptical shape to it. So let's try something here with the slabs. I'm gonna get you in the center, 1, 2, then we'll go down 1. I'll get more slabs right here moving down, and wait, I need to take you out and you out. Then we'll do 1 more block, then I'm gonna take these guys out because I'm gonna replace them with some stairs moving in. Then we'll just go down 1 block back into 1 more stair, and that is gonna create a nice gentle arch. We're gonna do the exact same thing on the bottom. Then we're going to use all of these stone blocks that we have. We're going to move in 1 block and out 2. I like this right now. It's like the shape of an emerald. And we could get it filled up with emeralds, but I think it's time to go back to our prismarine roots. Keeping that coin shape, I'm going to move in with the prismarine walls just because I feel like we don't have too much space to move inward once we create it on the other side as well. So moving in with the walls still gives us a little bit of depth while staying on the same level. Now you'll notice some of these do not have that indent in them right here. I need that indent on all of them, so I'm going to hop behind and I'm going to get some chiseled copper blocks. Not too bad. I was checking to see if the sea lantern will look good. I think it will. Let's go ahead and just add the rest of these in. I want to be able to see this structure from miles and miles away. On the skinnier bridges, I made a design that kind of looks like a little keyhole right here, and same thing, we're filling this up with some sea lanterns. Wow, okay, so that adds a lot of character inside the courtyard. When we're down here looking up, oh, this is just grand. And I noticed another bit of decoration from the Enderman. What is going on? Why do they insist? Now with our newly acquired mud brick slabs, I'm going to create a small space right here. I just broke down. I completely forgot that this is a hole that is super dangerous. I fell down here last episode, almost popped a totem. But I'm going to start the path right here, 1 by 1. Those zombies are going to stay trapped down there forever. I have no reason to go down there. But I do want the path to ride along the edge over here. I'm very much considering using frog lights or glowstone covered with moss carpet so that we can keep the walls lit up around the sides. The Enderman is still out there decorating. You gotta stop it. Please stop it. I didn't even realize that a lot of these guys are already oxidized. Oh man. Alright, we'll get these guys waxed up as soon as we get them named after Twitch chatters. But I think we have barely enough room in the center to create a focal point using the purple pillars to make a fountain. I would say the center is probably in either one of these 2 blocks right here. And we'll also line it up with all of these warped wart blocks. I just need to make a small circle. Actually, I had a different idea. Let's make a diamond shape. I'm going to turn the floor into somewhat of a flower. I want it to be looking like a flower when I'm all the way up in the sky. So we'll have the path, give it about 3 blocks, and then we'll make some bigger diamonds right around the fountain. Not too bad. Okay, I really like this. I'll probably bring the diamonds out 1 or 2 more blocks, and then this mud path is going to have to go diagonally so it doesn't touch the floral aspect. But I would also like to make some of these diamonds go in between. Hop back over this way. Alright, that's not bad either. Okay, so I really like how the petals are coming out right now. They all seem to be the same size, but let's just get an outline with the purple. Same color as the fountain. Then what we'll do is get some chiseled quartz in the center. I feel like it's gonna pop real nice from far away. I am collecting a lot of moss today. We're gonna be able to make as much mossy cobblestone as we want after this. And so we have some extra light at the center of the petal. I think some sea lanterns will look pretty good right about there. Flower petals are also going to be a little bit more colorful with that blue tint in the center. Get the last few lights in. I think we got them all. Yep, okay, so let's go to the drawbridge and see exactly what we got going on. Ooh, okay, it looks pretty colorful. That's not bad. Okay, now let's work our way from the outside back inward. I brought some flowering azalea leaves with me because they're my favorite, and I believe they're going to pop the most against the mud brick slabs. I was thinking about putting a small river right against the moss, but I don't think it's going to be well lit, so I'm going to get some ochre frog lights. Looks like we have 2 stonemasons in the nether now. They are just patiently awaiting the nether hub build. Coming soon, buddies. Coming very soon. Once again, we gotta head back to the Froglight farm. This thing is still looking magnificent. I gotta head down below. Good thing no gas sauce. Occasionally a ghast will see me go in through the front door and try to throw a fireball, and man, are they destructive. I'm gonna bring as much as I can. How many do I have down here? Ooh, we can probably fill up our shulker box. Keep doing your work, frogs. Just keep doing what you do. It's possible I need to come back to get even more frog lights soon enough. The river might turn out to be a little wider than it is right now, especially in the corners. I might bring them out maybe a 3x3. But I'm at least going to get the water here first so the stone that I take out just floats. But when I say 3x3, I mean a little square just like this, and perfect. Now I'm going to take these out, and I think the verdant frog lights should work. Yeah, these are going to be great. Especially if I put some seagrass on them or some kelp, it'll look fantastic. I'm going to mess with a couple of different styles of garden. I'm bringing some materials from the nether. We're getting a warp root garden in the corner. All of these will be interchangeable as well. I'm going to get some taller flowers now. Back in my storage hall, I've always wanted to bring pretty much every flower I can with me to a build, and now is a great excuse. I think the most colorful stuff, with the tall ones at least, we're going to have rose bushes, peonies, the pitcher plants, and the lilacs. Tulips would be great, but if I want more of them, I'm going to have to head back to the flower forest, and the allium, I could just make more in the meadow right next to the castle. We could bring some more nether materials with us and get some crimson roots. Since the walls are so blue in the corners, I figured rose bushes would look good against anything copper or prismarine. Then I'm going to work my way down the sides with the pitcher plants, and I might run out, so I'm going to have to head to Sniffy and Hot Dog, my two sniffers. Those guys have been putting in work to get me all the pitcher pods I could ask for. And I just realized I am completely out of azalea leaves already, so I'm going to have to make some more azalea trees. I've been using so many azalea leaves in all these builds over the past like 10 episodes that I didn't realize I was running this low. The field where I normally chop all my wood is being overrun by chorus fruit trees by now, but I have a little area back here to place a couple stacks of azalea. Now you be a tree, you be a tree, you be a tree, you be a tree, and you be a tree. Making our own little custom forest over here. We're about to put the silk touch hoe to work right now. There we go. I am just looking for the azalea flowering leaves, so I'm gonna have to do this a couple times. Now we can finish our work up against the pitcher plants. We got a creeper in the corner, and that's why we are lighting everything up. And you know what? I might just take some of this out right now. We need to get the edge a little bit more lit up, so I might get some ochre frog lights below these azalea leaves. Only one way to find out if it looks good, and if it doesn't, then we will just have to start over. I think I like this already, though. It makes the walls shine a little bit more as well. Another creeper, you're gonna have to be gone. I was thinking it would be kind of nice to have a water source for this river, and you know what? We could just have that coming out of these giant walls. I was thinking we just start out in between these 2 points that jut out, and then we'll do one on the other side, but it only needs to be 1 block thick. Let's just bring this out, maybe 3 from the wall. Get some stairs on that so it looks completely rounded off. Well, actually, never mind. That would just dump water straight to the mud path. Let's take this back 2. Got a stair on the bottom. Let's get a stair on the top. I'm gonna get 2 upside down here to bring it out a little bit further. Let's get a frog light in the back so that this thing is well lit, and a water source right there. Going down, that's gonna break all of my pitcher plants. Definitely should have thought about that, but no big deal. Okay, so what we could do, let's just block that off right here and right here. Then we'll just take that out. I might need to take that ochre frog light out, but let's do this. We're gonna waterlog right down here and have it all enter from this side, which means blocking the water from there. All it takes is a couple slabs to block the flow of the water. Let's take out this ochre frog light, and okay, now that's nice. Let's go ahead and just take out all stone and coal. Boom, boom, boom. This one was up 1 too tall, and there we go. Now we can take out all of our blockage, and the water is now flowing to the rest of the river. One thing I was thinking is bringing the path to the middle, so that means taking out some flowering azalea and creating a mud brick bridge. Pretty easily made out of slabs right there, so that's not bad at all. And then we can continue this path towards the center. This won't go on for too long, though, because I do want to make room for some more gardens in the middle of the courtyard, so maybe we will separate these paths, just going out to the sides. As I'm moving out on this path, I was thinking below these azalea flowers, maybe the moss isn't so good. I'm going to replace all of these with some deep slate. Just bringing some extra color to the garden wherever I can. Also, I'm going to spam some more bushes in here. I'd like to get more of these. I'm completely out of these as well. I need to get a lot more, but now that we are making more, we can use them to go around the edge of the river on the inside instead of the azalea leaves everywhere. We could take some of the warped root out, and I think that's going to look a lot more clean. These gardens are on their way to looking immaculate. Going back to this little water flow from the wall, I think the tuff blends in a little bit too much with the stone. So let's actually just remove these blocks real fast and try something else. On other builds, I have used spruce, and I think today I might do the same thing. So let's try this. Let's get you in there, and oh, sorry about that, Roger. Hold on, boom. Get you over to this side. Roger is a great help right now. Let's bring it out by one more as we originally were going to do in the first place with the tuff, but I think it'll look better with the spruce. So let's go here, boom. I'm going to take the one in the middle out right there. Okay, so let's flip you down. Oh, well, that's just wrong. I'll flip that down, put a water source right there, let it flow down. I took out the azalea. Okay, that is just a lot better. Something about the spruce just feels right. We don't have any wood in the build yet, and I think that's why I like it so much. Before I continue with the garden, I just wanted to show real quick, I'm replacing the trapdoors that are up against the stone with the shelves, and man, that just looks so much better. But back down to the garden again, I would like to continue the path going diagonal each direction, but first I want to start working on some circular gardens that are going to be spaced out with spruce leaves. I think it'll be nice to make some circles that are about 11 in diameter. I'll leave that open. Then I would like to have a space for 2 blocks. It'll be 11, 13, 15, and 17 in the width. This circle will be much larger, and it should poke right over to the flower petals. And it's raining. Of course it's raining. It is always raining, especially when I'm trying to make these little gardens. I'll get that connected, and perfect. Okay, so now I have a path that I can move in between the spruce leaves. It might also look pretty nice if we were to make some more circular gardens over in the corners. In the center, we'll have 4 spruce leaves to block that off. I think having some contrast right when you walk in between the spruce and the azalea will be nice to look at as well. Right next to those, let's get some that are 7 in diameter. We'll just have to see, but I'm not sure if it's going to look nice to have these plants blocked off. Oh, the phantoms are here. And we have a horse up on the castle. How did you get up there? Did you just use the waterfall to get up there? What are you doing? Down the middle path here where we have a large rectangle, I think we could get some small circles on the inside. Slap one right in the middle, and then I'm going to do an even larger one right next to it. We do have a little bit of extra space right here, almost a perfect square. I could get a maybe 9 by 9 circle. Well, never mind. We don't have enough space right there. We could do a half circle, or we'd have to make the circle smaller, but the half circle, we don't really have any more of those right now, so let's just try this. Before we make any more circles, I should probably work in the rest of the mud slabs, just so that I know exactly where the path is going. Honestly, I'm pretty pumped right now. I've never made a garden like this, or even a courtyard, and I'm really excited about the way it's turning out. Now I'm going to bring the path from the stone wall into the middle, and then we'll line this up right here, do the same thing on the other side. And I'm out of mud brick slabs, but no big deal. We have a bunch of wheat and a bunch of mud from our brand new farms that we can get. These farmers have been putting in a bunch of work, and I put in my own work over here at the mud farm. Slap some smaller spruce gardens up against the flower petals. Now, I'm in need of more pitcher plants, so I'm going to head over to my farm. Before I have to get any more from the sniffers, I do have some that are ready to be farmed, and I believe I should have a couple stacks. Get in my inventory. Sniffy and Hot Dog, I hope you guys are doing well, and it looks like you've collected some villagers. What is going on in here? Why are you all here? None of those guys collect pitcher pods and torch flower seeds, and we have so many brown eggs from this one chicken. This is wild. Definitely not what I was expecting to see from that collection system. I really like the idea of the pitcher plants being in the center of this large circle, so I'm going to put all of them here. So I was thinking, for some of these smaller circles, I'm going to take out the moss, and just for a slightly different color of green, we're going to get some grass blocks in, and I feel like from far away this will end up popping. Since I've mentioned multiple times this episode, you can probably tell it's all about popping from far away. Let's see if it actually makes a difference, though. Let's take a look. Okay, ooh, that is nice. I really like that. I think the move would be just taking all of the moss from inside the hedges and replacing it with grass pretty much everywhere. Don't have any peonies yet, so some of these circles are going to get peonies. And some of them are gonna get lilacs. In the center, we do need some light. It is gonna get a little dark here. I don't want anything to spawn, so in some places, what I'm gonna do is add in a quartz slab, diorite wall, pale oak fence, and an end rod. It might look kind of nice to put these at the entrance of the flower petals as well. Now to work in some flowers in between the hedges. I don't want to have to jump over these 2-block tall flowers just to see the rest of the courtyard, so I'm going to start using some of the tulips and torch flowers. These things glow pretty nice, especially with the shaders on. And the red tulips are my favorite, so I'm going to put these near the flower petals. I just realized that you cannot... Oh, and I just replaced a bush with a small drip leaf. That's not good. And I broke the small drip leaf. I need to stop. But I just found out that you cannot place small drip leaf on frog lights, and it's really no big deal, so I'm just going to put the grass in. The frog lights will still light up the path, and the seagrass will make it look much nicer. I think I'm actually going to take out these tulips. As you can see, I started working with some wildflowers, and I think they look a little bit better. Plus, I've never really used wildflowers in any build, and so tulips are going to have to go. I do like them a lot, but it's time to go. Also, you might see the copper golems back here. I'm going to recreate the launcher screen in here, and I needed to move them out of the way so that I could make the garden on the other side. Plus, all the opening and closing of the copper chests was getting a little annoying, especially when they're doing it like 20 times a second. Something I should note is that these wildflowers are directional. That's why you're going to see me spin while placing them around the purple flower petals. I want to try something different. Let's get some smaller rivers out into the spruce leaves, and then we will take the stone out. We'll replace that with the chiseled, and we'll turn this into a tiny little waterway. Looks like I left this one too far to the right, so I need to move it right there. Everybody makes mistakes, but when I'm building, I seem to make a lot of them. I'm pretty pumped to see what these little waterways look like from up above. The quartz in between all this moss just makes everything a lot brighter. We are now exposing this giant hole. This is dangerous. Okay, yep, that's dangerous. It'll be nice to close that skeleton off. He keeps trying to shoot me. This is looking magical. I do have one other detail to go on top of the purple. We're gonna get some large amethyst buds. We're making some songs while we're making it beautiful. I decided against the clusters. I was going to use clusters at first, but man, they're just a little bit too much. They're a little bit too big. Imagine if there were quartz clusters that we could put on top of the quartz. That would be amazing. As you can see, there's a couple of spots that are blank, and I don't know if I want to have any unmarked moss. So I think we're going to add some more torch flowers just to round it all off like we did to the outside. Well, actually, you know what? Never mind. I think it kind of takes away from the power of the wildflowers around. Like, the wildflowers look good on the outside, but when the torch flowers are next to them, yeah, just some of that power gets taken away. Let's go ahead and backtrack a little bit. Sorry, torch flowers. Your time to shine was over on the left and right sides of the courtyard. Honestly, everything would just look a little better if we kept outlining it with the wildflowers. We're gonna have to get more of these made, for sure. I think considering since there are no other spots that are left untouched, having a small amount of moss showing is a-okay with me now. We do need to head back into the gray real quick though, because I'm going to make a small arched entryway for these copper golems. And that should just about do it. That's perfect. Wow, the shadow rolling over this is so cool. I love this. All right, the only thing that would make it cooler is finally completing the fountain in the center. Take some of these torches out, probably gonna get replaced with the end rods. I am wishing right about now that we had access to purple walls, man. Those would be awesome and so helpful. I'm gonna get some slabs hooked up above these little stairs that are coming out. This fountain's not gonna be too large. I do want it to be a nice centerpiece for the courtyard, but I don't want it to take away from all the flowers. Let's actually lower all of these by 1 block. We'll take out all the stone and replace it with some regular purple block. We'll use the diorite, oak fence, and the end rod right there. Let's get some water. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's get it right here. There we go. And it's going to flow from the diorite, and it's going to reach these sides. Might actually work better if we take that out. Okay, nice. Let's go ahead and take this back out. Will the water continue to float? No, that's great. What's a garden without some spore blossoms? I'm going to get 4 in the top corners. Then to replace these torches, we'll have some end rods drooping down. I think I'm going to replace a couple of these with stairs on the corner, and okay, that's so much better. Also, we could take that out just so it flows into the middle. Let's go boom, and if I can maybe swim... Nope, it's not going to let me. I can break the quartz so I can get down. Let's get this in. I'll go boom, and we'll get a slab in so it feels like the fountain is the source of water for these little waterways. Couple more end rods on the side, never hurt nobody. Now the spore blossoms are creating a nice little ambiance. I was thinking about adding the firefly bushes, but I don't know, it wasn't the right fit. The one thing I do think would be a good fit is maybe adding some leaf litter to these mud brick paths. Seems like a good morning to fly out and go find some leaf litter and some unloaded chunks. When 1.20.5 came out, I didn't spend too much time getting the leaf litter. I did spend a lot of time, however, grabbing the new animals and bringing them back home. But no big deal, I can at least go back and grab some now. It's not too far. I haven't done that much exploring over here to the north. In fact, we already hit a spot where there's a bunch of wildflowers, so if I just look a little bit deeper, I'll find some leaf litter for sure. Actually, there it is already. Perfect. It looks like, yep, we made a mess on the ground. We can pick it all up. Okay, now we're back. I think the leaf litter... No, wait, let's not do that. I want to put it on... Well, is it going to let me put it on that side? Ah, this stuff is directional as well. Yeah, I only want it to be on the edge. It may not seem like a lot, but those 3 wide paths down here, I think it just makes it look like the dirt, you know, is coming away from the garden and onto the path, which I believe makes the build look a little bit more realistic. Okay, one thing I am just noticing right now is that we are missing the resident donkeys. Where did they wander off to? They're not in the corners. We have the horse up there for some reason. He's just chilling, but hold on. Are they in the other corners? No. Okay, wait. Where are the donkeys? It's been like 50 Minecraft days since I started this project, so they could have wandered anywhere. Did they wander back up into the mountains? This is not the best look right now. I know that... Oh, okay, we have a donkey right over here. Buddy, what are... This is Shrek. Why? How did you get all the way up here from all the way down here? What is... That is such a long trek. A very long trek for Shrek. And no way, look at this crevice. Hold on, is this Fiona? Fiona, don't tell me this is you. I don't think it is. There's no name on that donkey. Let's at least take Shrek back home right now. Buddy, stop wandering away. Basically falling down this mountain. That's how steep this is. I don't know how much damage donkeys will take if they drop down. Dude, just take it easy with me. Nighttime is upon us, so we gotta just get out of here quickly. I cannot believe that. Alright, you're going right here for right now until I find Fiona. I'm not seeing any donkeys out in this forest right away. Ouch. But okay, there's zombies down here. What I should have done was check right next to home the whole time. We have Fiona right here. Get up here. Hold on. And wait, you can't get up there because somehow you're stuck. Get down here then. Wait, don't tell me you're actually stuck. That is wild. The donkey's hitbox must be huge. Get back up here. You're gonna hang out right next to Shrek for a little bit. Why? Why did you guys leave? Why would you leave this masterpiece of a garden? It's so quaint and tranquil. Why would you ever want to leave? Now me, on the other hand, I could spend days, maybe even weeks just running around in here. Well, this episode's been a heck of a ride. We got 3 new backup elytras. We have 2 new villagers that are now farming all of the wheat we could possibly ever want to make the mud. These guys have been putting in work this episode. Everything that he's doing is multiplied by 2, especially with this guy on the other side. Just treating myself like a pinball. I really got to take better care of myself while I'm flying around with the elytra. But thank you guys for putting in the work. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. Oh man, this guy's been putting in way more work. These labyrinths were not going to create themselves, so I'm glad we got them. And up here, we basically just made a Hogwarts staircase replica. This is just wacky. But what keeps me motivated is building something that I've never built before, and I definitely have never built anything like this before. And the Enderman has been placing more decoration. He really needs to stop. I really am glad we have a mud farm now, though. Thank you to chat for suggesting that. It really is awesome. What I really want to do now is take a look from our balcony. Oh man, we have a giant castle with a giant courtyard. This flower in the middle, I just can't stop looking at it. Let's get a view from even higher up. Oh man, I am so happy we decided to make a courtyard. This is crazy. I'm definitely going to be hanging out here on stream quite a bit. The amethyst really brightened this whole place up. I just want to thank you all so much for watching this episode, and thank you for chilling with me on these past 26 episodes. I can't believe we are closing in almost on episode 30. We have a couple more builds to get there though, but I do believe we already have the plans ready for the next episodes. I think we're going to build a polar bear sanctuary, followed by completing our nether hub. I guess what I want to do now is ask you guys a quick question. Which plant or flower would you want to see added to the game? My favorite flower is marigolds, and the African marigolds have such a cool orange color, and I want to see some more orange flowers be added. But again, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to all the Twitch subscribers and YouTube members out there. Also, my Patreon supporters, you guys absolutely rock. If you guys haven't joined the sub server yet, our community server called the Wax SMP, feel free to join. Also, join the Discord at discord.gg/WaxFraud. I almost forgot to add the tropical fish in here. What am I thinking? Oh, don't be flopping. Oh, don't flop up there, dude. Anyways, you guys absolutely rock. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for watching my videos. And remember to take care of yourselves, do something nice for somebody. I will see you guys on the next episode. Bye.